Hi, it's John and welcome to the channel, 11:07 a.m., Monday, June the 30th. Hope you had a great weekend. Hope you're having a great start to your work week. And I know I'm late today getting a video out, and I don't have my big blue mug of coffee. I'm sorry, but it's too late for coffee. I have been up for more than 8 hours. I woke up at 3. I rolled out of bed at 3:30 this morning, and the first thing I saw was an email I'm going to show you in just a moment that inspired this video today. And I want this to be a little bit different. Now, I actually tried to record this video at around 4 o'clock this morning, and at 5 o'clock this morning, and at 6 o'clock this morning, and I went through a series of different emotions because I went through angry, and then I went through frustrated, and then I went through angry and frustrated, and then I thought, I'm going to leave it for an hour, and then I thought I'd leave it for the day. I don't want to talk about it, but I'm back to it right now. I went to Costco, and I picked up some cream that cost me $3.13 a liter. A buck less than Walmart, but still far too much. If you've been to the channel, you know what I'm talking about. It bugs me. But I woke up this morning to this. This is what I got in my email. Let me move my picture out of the way there. Brian Lilly sent this out. Carney couldn't plan to make Canada look worse. And I saw the headline. I thought, Brian, what are you, nuts? Of course he can make Canada look worse. That's what liberals do. At least that's what's in my mind. He sent this out at 11:32 p.m. last night. Why the hell is Brian Lilly sending me an email late on Sunday night? He's obviously working late, but this is all about the digital services tax. And he goes through what happened here, talking about how this is a train wreck for Mark Carney and the Liberal Party, and they look weak. He goes on about how Carney told Trump on Friday the digital services tax was going in place today. First payment today, about $2.7 billion. Retroactive to 2022. Then we heard Donald Trump cut off negotiations with Canada. And then we heard that the Americans only wanted a 30-day pause on this to discuss it. Carney said no. 10 p.m. last night, Sunday evening, Eastern time, they completely rescinded the whole thing. Now, the amazing thing about this is that this is one of the few things that Republicans and Democrats agree on in the United States. So Mark Carney had that effect. But you have to look at it this way as well. Donald Trump probably saved you some money because this tax on digital services would have got passed down to you initially and eventually. Now, the same people who were saying Mark Carney was doing a good thing when he told Trump on Friday that this digital services tax was going through are now saying this was a good move by Mark Carney. So they want it both ways, folks. And if you're a liberal voter, you need to understand you got played by the Carney government. Do you realize it's been over 100 days, I think now, that Carney was named the Prime Minister of Canada? And do you realize the tariffs that he was supposed to negotiate, that he was supposed to be the best at negotiating, are worse than they were 100 days ago? And there are more of them now. So he's failed at the singular thing that you voted for him for. You know, I did a video back in February saying Canada is America's bitch. And I think you, as a Liberal Party supporter, are Donald Trump's bitch because he is rent-free in your brain right now. You have to stop using your emotions and your hatred for Donald Trump to affect your politics. You have to stop using your hatred for Donald Trump to affect your vote. And you've got to stop using your hatred for Donald Trump to continue propping up a government that has failed you for over 10 years, and they still fail you to this day. You've got to start asking the guy you voted for to solve the problems he was voted in to solve. But you're not willing to do that. What did we get from Donald Trump over the weekend? You know, you knew it was inevitable, but here's Donald Trump over the weekend.
And hopefully we'll be fine with Canada. I love Canada. Frankly, Canada should be the 51st state, okay?
We're back to the 51st state once again, folks, and this is where we are again. We need the tariff issue solved. Eventually, folks, if this goes on long enough, Donald Trump will get what he wants. He said he wants industry to come back to the United States of America. Where are they most likely to come from? The auto industry, perhaps? So you have to start thinking this way. Now, there is some good news. I think this is great news. And I want to just talk to the conservatives out there and the Conservative Party. Continue to support Pierre Poilievre. I've said here before, I think Pierre Poilievre is the greatest prime minister Canada may never have. I want to change that. Pierre Poilievre is Going to be one of the greatest comebacks in the history of Canadian politics. This man has to be feeling down. You've got to wonder what kind of conversations he has with his wife at night. 5 months ago, he was a sure shot to be the Prime Minister of Canada with a massive majority. And right now, he's going to be in a by-election in Alberta, which I hope he wins. I hope he also gets a lot of support in January when he has a leadership review. We need to continue supporting this guy just to see him take on Carney on the floor of the House of Commons during question period, because there's not anybody better than Pierre Poilievre at that. This man, Liberals, will eventually be your prime minister, and you need to vote for him, and you need to end this blind trust in Mark Carney and the Liberal government. What happened with Donald Trump over this digital sales tax is a major fail. A major fail. And you need to understand it. You've been played, you've been had, you've been played for fools. Thanks very much for watching. I do appreciate it. If you like the video, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, and I will see you in the next one.